We say good evening to BK Gupta, former Police Commissioner, Delhi, joining us from Trivandrum. Sunil Alagh, Chairman, SK Advisors, joining us from Delhi. Good evening, Mr. Alagh. Raghav Chadha, leader of the Aam Aadmi Party, with us. Good evening, Raghav. Ragini Nayak, spokesperson of the Congress Party. Ajoy Bose, senior journalist, joining us from Delhi. Raghav Chadha, why play politics over the death of a 19-year-old? Yes, her death is tragic. But this bone that you have to pick with the Delhi police is not a fresh one.
Well, Anand, I'll try to stay as apolitical as possible and make two very important points. Point number one, and there is an echo if you can get corrected. Point number one, with respect to the Meenakshi murder case, and point number two, with respect to the overall law and order situation in Delhi. With respect to the Meenakshi murder case, there is reasonable evidence to suggest that the police is systematically, with clinical precision, weakening the case. You know, whether it is the FIR case, which is being lodged where only one person has been named as the accused, whether it is the repeated request of the family of the aggrieved person claiming that the police has been, ignoring their case and has not been taking cognizance, whether it is sending the accused directly into judicial custody and not into police remand, etc. I can go on, and I can give you documents, evidence, etc. to suggest that there is reasonable evidence that the police is systematically weakening the case. That is point number one. Point number two, on the larger point of law and order situation in Delhi, it is the data, the figures published by the National Crime Records Bureau of India as well as of the Delhi police that the crime graph in Delhi has almost doubled in the past 1 year.
Fair point.
The instances of women molestation, rape, etc. are growing by leaps and bounds. My question is that as per Article 239AA of the Indian Constitution, the law and order as well as of the Delhi police reports directly to the central government with the Prime Minister at the helm of affairs. Therefore, we request the Prime Minister to devote some time into the law and order situation of Delhi so that it can improve.
Okay, so you've made your point. Let's get opening comments from the other panelists as well. I think you've made your point.
Transfer the jurisdiction and the authority to the democratically elected government of Delhi.
All right, Raghav. So Sunil Alagh, isn't that a legitimate demand? If you cannot do the job properly, give it to someone else who can and is willing to. That's the Aam Aadmi Party's message to the centre.
No, I think as far as I also don't want to be political about this at all, like Raghav has said, but all that I can see AAP party is doing, that let's blame Haryana for not getting water, let's blame someone else for not getting electricity. They are distracting everybody from the main issue. Are you trying to tell me because Mulayam Singh Yadav's son is not handling this police case which is going on very well, the centre will say now give it to me? I mean, are they capable of, when Obama visits, is Raghav going to ensure the security of all foreign dignitaries if the police comes to him? I mean, this is the most ridiculous demand that I've ever heard coming up from AAP now.
I will explain that to you. The fact that they're saying
one particular case, 1 second, Raghav, I didn't interrupt you. No, 1 second. All I'm saying is it's about time that, look, if I think the police are doing a terrific job in most places. Now, and if there is one odd case, you don't say now hand over the whole thing to me.
Actually, Sunil Alagh,
I mean, if tomorrow they are unable to balance the budget,
for Delhi,
should I say hand it over to the centre?
Unfortunately for Delhi, it's not one odd case.
I would like to come in here. Not even aware of the law and order situation of Delhi.
Oh, we are equating in the VAT thing to states around.
No, wait, Raghav, before you respond, a quick word from Ragini Nayak also. Yes,
Raghav Chadha, let me make my opening remark, please.
Yes, go ahead, Ragini.
See, I would also like to begin by making 2 points. Point number one, I seriously doubt the motive and intentions of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. I really don't think that this fight to gain control over Delhi police is about improving law and order in Delhi or providing safety measures for making women more secure and safe in Delhi. Because if that has been the case, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal would not have scrapped the 181 helpline started by the Sheila Dikshit government. Neither would he have shelved the Awaz Uthao Abhiyan, which was a social initiative to propagate gender sensitization and also to help women in distress situation. I think it is yet another attempt to rake up an issue, build a controversy around it, hog on to media limelight, play the victim, and then blame the governance deficit on an scapegoat. But this confrontational style of politics has reduced Delhi into what we call in Hindi Andher Nagari, and Mr. Kejriwal has become its undisputed Chaupat Raja.
Yes, Raghav, now your answer.
I would like to ask
I think you've made your point also. You've made your opening comment. Now let Raghav respond to both you and Sunil Alagh.
Delhi doesn't have full statehood. Wasn't he very well aware of the fact then it will be very difficult.
Ragini, we'll talk about those in detail as well. Let Raghav respond to both you and Sunil Alagh. We need to open up this debate as well.
Raghav. Federalism.
Ragini Nayak, these are opening comments.
Now hold on, relax.
These are opening comments. Please don't go on a monologue. I request you to allow the other panelists also. Ragini,
if he knew everything, then why would
Ragini, I'm sure you can hear me. Please calm down.
Oh God.
And these are opening remarks. Ajoy Bose, BK Gupta, Mr. BK Gupta have not yet spoken. So let's not go on an endless ramble at this point in time. We'll open up the debate. Raghav Chadha, quick rebuttal before I bring in Ajoy Bose and BK Gupta, because you've been waiting to make a point. Please keep it short.
Yes.
I want to get the other panelists in also. Yes, Raghav.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I don't pay a lot of heed to what the Congress spokesperson says. They don't even have a representative in the Delhi Assembly, and they are speaking in contradictory voices. Ms. Sheila Dikshit is fighting for a case, and she's saying that the Delhi police needs to be transferred to the Delhi state government, but the spokesperson of the Congress are making a separate diatribe. I don't know what the Congress stands for today. The point that Mr. Alagh made, on the point that Mr. Alagh made, on the point that Mr. Alagh made, and it was a good point that Mr. Alagh made, that if Mr. Barack Obama or if any foreign dignitary is visiting India, will Raghav Chadha or his party control the law and order situation of Delhi? I would like to tell, respectfully to Mr. Alagh, that capitals across the world have separate policing systems and law and order systems. Let me give you one example of London. London has diplomats, London has foreign dignitaries, the House of Commons, the royal family, the Queen, everybody stays in London. But the mayor of London has a separate police called the Metropolitan Police of London, which looks after the law and order situation in Delhi. And they have a federal police called the Scotland Yard. I can give you number of examples of global capitals, global cities, New York, London, Stockholm, etc.
But Washington doesn't. So there are cases on both sides.
This is the modus
But Washington doesn't.
Our demand
Washington doesn't.
Legitimate. That in order to give
examples, I can give you enough.
Please give us some.
I can give you enough examples on both sides.
Ajay Bose, BK Gupta. Opening comments from Ajay Bose, BK Gupta now, please. Ajay Bose.
Now you're caught in your argument.
No, wait.
The central
Ajay Bose.
government would have had
Ragini,
to
please
bring
wait.
military to get
Ajay
him
Bose.
away.
Ajay Bose, your point.
Ajay
Bose, your point.
Mr. Kejriwal.
Ajay Bose, your point. Then we'll ask Mr. BK Gupta what's feasible, what's possible in Delhi. Yes, Ajay Bose.
Ragini, I was a crime reporter 43 years ago in the capital. I have some idea about the way the Delhi police has evolved and the way the city has evolved. I think if we get away from all this politics and tu meh, if we just look at it a little dispassionately, we have reached a situation where desperately we need a fresh look at how policing of this very large union territory, which should really be now a state, because you have 11 million people. There is so much happening in this city, plus you have a diplomatic enclave, plus you have parliament. We really desperately need to look at these issues and try and find a via media. Now, either you just dismiss all elected representatives from this place and say that there is no elected government, and you make it into a totally bureaucratic structure.
Ajay Bose, you agree with the London model that Raghav Chopra is talking about?
If you have elected representatives, they will willy-nilly get into policing because they have a constituency. Their constituency will put pressure on them, and what happens is that they do not have the responsibility of policing, and therefore they will always blame whoever is responsible. So I think we need to be sensible about it, get some perspective out of it, and do what is right for the people of Delhi. Not our party, not BJP party, not the centre, not the state government.
Point noted.
But for the people of Delhi.
Now, my question to Mr. BK Gupta is, there is one model that Raghav Chadha talks about. There is another reality which is down on ground in Delhi. The straightforward question is, irrespective of who controls the Delhi police or who commands the Delhi police, the Delhi police has a job to do. Mr. Gupta, why is the Delhi police not being able to do its job right?
The system has worked more than 30. No, who says they are not doing their job right? Now you see, last 3 years, there has not been even one terrorist incident in the capital. Has anybody appreciated that? in other parts of the world, there are shootout incidents happening in USA, in Australia, elsewhere. Nobody asked for the resignation of the police chief.
So if there are no terror attacks in Delhi, kudos to Delhi police. But if the number of rapes remain the same or are on a high, or if the number of burglaries have gone up, if the number of murders, attempt to murders have gone up, if the number of snatching incidents have gone up, if the number of molestation cases on women have gone up,
one thing.
If on a daily basis women are putting out on social media how they have been ill-treated on the streets of Delhi, how lewd gestures have been passed, how there are streets which are still not patrolled. These are not issues. These are not real issues for the people of Delhi, Mr. Gupta.
No, I don't agree with you. Don't go by statistical data. It is first time the police commissioner is registering all FIRs. Otherwise, you will go all
so
cases.
Are they doing the people a favor by registering FIRs, sir? Sir, we welcome the fact that people have more confidence to walk into a police station and register a complaint. We welcome the fact that finally, close to much after 60 years of our, sir, we finally welcome the fact that today the police is saying, "Hum case to darj kar rahe hain." After 60 odd years of our independence, are we supposed to feel proud about it, Mr. Gupta? My question is, sir, even if there is a confidence to walk into a police station, the number of people who need a reason to walk into a police station should come down. Why isn't that happening, sir?
No. We are talking about Delhi and Delhi alone. Let's stick to Delhi.
Sir, we are sticking to Delhi only. We are sticking to Delhi only. I am asking for why
you are raising a much larger issue.
No, aren't Delhi? I am saying Delhi people. Sir, I am saying for the people of Delhi also, shouldn't it matter? Shouldn't the number of cases which are being registered also come down?
No, but it's the same
terms of the number of
Calcutta and Bombay. 1 second.
No, I think Raghav should respond to that.
Mr. Bose has said, one second. Mr. Bose has
Raghav, just a second.
Why is Delhi? You should fight for Delhi statehood.
No, wait. Raghav, your entire argument for having control over the Delhi police is that the crime graph has spiked. More cases of crime are being reported. The Delhi police's contention is because it's of better policing. You see, that people have more confidence and cases are being registered, unlike before, where people used to be turned away.
Crimes are in Gurgaon, so get hold of the Haryana police. Half of them are in Noida, get hold of the UP police.
So your reasoning is faulty.
Police are doing a damn good job. Full stop.
Let Raghav respond. Let Raghav respond, Sunil Alagh.
If the noise stops, then I will be more than happy to respond.
Yes, Raghav, go ahead.
You see, Padmaja, I hold in my hand the submissions made by the Standing Committee on Home Affairs, the Parliamentary Standing Committee, 185th Parliamentary Standing Committee on Home Affairs in Rajya Sabha on the 23rd of April 2015. This Standing Committee has virtually indicted the sitting police commissioner of Delhi for non-registration of cases in order to project the crime records and the crime rate of Delhi as one of the lowest in the countries. And the reasons given by Mr. Bassi are absolutely appalling, which we mentioned in our press conference also. The question today is not about the registration or whether the policing in Delhi has improved or not. The question is that the crime rate in Delhi is increasing by leaps and bounds despite the resistance of the Delhi police in registration of cases. The question today is not even about which party ultimately gets to, or which government ultimately gets to handle the Delhi police. The question today is about fixing accountability, establishing responsibility and ascertaining culpability of erring officers. Now, if the central government is unable to do it, the rightful guardian of the Delhi police has to be the state government.
Sir, I have the sorry examples of police personnel being sent to chase down buffaloes. Sir, I have the examples across the country where police is under control of the state governments, the way they are being treated.
Absolutely.
The rampant malpractices and misuse of office which is happening. I have the examples.
Mulayam Singh Yadav or his party is sending police corps to chase buffaloes does not mean that every other politician or every other state government.
No, so that also does not mean just by shifting the chain of command to the state government in Delhi is going to improve the conditions of the Delhi police. No, so there is a larger motive that you are attaching. No, there is a larger motive that the Aam Aadmi Party is attaching. I'll come to that in just a bit. Raghav Chadha, Ajoy Bose. Yes, Ajay Bose.
The problem today is
that the police...
The point which I'm trying to make, again, please let's get away from politics. The Delhi police is burdened by VVIP security duties. I can tell you that a large number of Delhi police constables, Delhi police officers spend most of their energy in looking after VVIPs in Delhi. And this is something which directly impacts the policing of the city. I think we can no longer have a situation where the Delhi police is divided between looking after the security of these high security zones and high security people and VVIP people, and also looking after the ordinary citizen of Delhi. I don't understand. Why can't we review the situation?
Absolutely.
Why can't we review the situation?
So the population has grown. The nature of Delhi has changed. The nature of Delhi has changed. Why isn't the nature of policing changing? That's what the Aam Aadmi Party is suggesting in this case, Sunil Alagh. Why can't that be taken a look at?
Let's get away from politics.
And it is not just the Aam Aadmi Party that is suggesting this. Padmaja, the first person to suggest this was none other than Lal Krishna Advani. When he was the Deputy Prime Minister of India, he moved the legislation in the Lok Sabha giving statehood rights to Delhi.
No, nobody is denying that, Raghav.
And land rights to Delhi. It is not our demand. It was the demand of every politician who's been there in Delhi.
So
that's not the issue.
Let's get a reaction to that. Yes, Sunil Alagh.
Lal Krishna Advani, Madan Lal Khurana,
Sheila Dixit has demanded this. Even right from Madan Lal Khurana, I remember.
Yes, go ahead, Sunil Alagh.
You know what I'm saying is what Mr. Bose and both of us are saying. Look, the number of policemen that are there need to be increased. If they have to look after everything, you cannot blame them. And therefore to say, well, is Raghav Chadha saying if police came to him and the crime rate went up in 6 months, he'll give it back to the center? Are you saying that? Then please say it. That if in 6 months I'm not able to bring it into law, I'll hand it back to the center. Please understand the reason the police are very efficient. They are short-staffed. They are, as somebody says, there are one second. Just hold it, Raghav. Raghav, we are raising a question. Therefore, don't say give it to me. Don't say give it to me. Don't say give it to Delhi. Just say, look, we've got an issue. Let's see how we can help. I think let's get more policemen in. Let's see what is there. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Your whole argument is hand it over to me. Hand over everything to AAP and everything will get resolved.
I don't think your argument is the same as Ajoy Bose's at all.
The police are very efficient.
In fact, Sunil Alagh, what Ajoy Bose and Raghav Chadha was saying, that maybe it is a good idea to see how policing is done for the simple reason that it's the citizens who end up suffering. There's a fight for control. And the police somehow fall between the two stools. Ragini Nayak wants to make a point. Yes, Ragini.
Padmaja, nobody is going to refute the point that police reforms are the need of the hour. But what Mr. Raghav Chadha is saying seems like a joke coming out of his mouth. He's talking about accountability, responsibility. What about respect? I mean, Chief Minister of Delhi uses an objectionable word, thulla, for police officials. Another senior leader calls the police force nikammi, and then they want to set this police force, set right the police force. I'm very sorry to say, who is going to set right the police force? The 21 MLAs who've been charge sheeted, the 11 MLAs who've been booked under serious offences, Mr. Jitendra Singh Tomar who's lying in Tihar jail.
Yes,
today they have DCW chairperson as a member of their party, Swati Maliwal, wife of Naveen Jai Hind. I want to know, would Swati Maliwal summon wife beater Somnath Bharti to DCW once again? If not, then I think they should stop going gaga about respect for the police force, accountability for the police force.
My question is
unbiased.
Let Raghav rebut you, Ragini. Ragini, you said the Congress party wants to know. Let Raghav rebut.
They want to do the same with the police force.
Okay, let Raghav rebut. Yes, Raghav, the charge is very clear. Who is going to police the police? Is this whole thing about who gets control over the Delhi police? That's the charge, straightforward.
Anand, the whole thing.
Anand, the whole thing is about that a 19-year-old girl gets stabbed 35 times by two men in broad daylight, and she had been complaining about these two people. Her mother had submitted written complaints, verbally, orally, in writing, but the police did not act. The question today is about fixing accountability, fixing responsibility, ascertaining culpability. The BJP and the Congress want to politicize the issue. The BJP and the Congress want to abuse us. If the likes of Ragini Nayak believe that by abusing Raghav Chadha...
No, Ragini, just one sec.
The law and order situation...
Ragini, just one sec. No, Ragini, one sec. No, Raghav, tell me one thing.
Please let me respond.
No, Raghav, tell me one thing. How is the Aam Aadmi Party the authority to decide that the Delhi police is not doing its job right? There has been bias in this case of a 19-year-old. BK Gupta, what is the Delhi police's interest in helping two people who have stabbed a woman 35 times away and diluting the case?
I'll tell you.
No, BK Gupta, please.
It is absolutely illogical. Delhi police...
I request Times now to conduct a survey. I request Times now to conduct a survey in Delhi and find out whether the people of Delhi are happy with the function of the police.
No. One sec, Raghav. These are two different issues. Raghav, these are two different issues. Raghav, on the one hand, you are making an allegation on one particular case, and on the other hand, you are saying it's a large-scale general feeling.
Crime Records Bureau.
Raghav,
by the Delhi police.
No, Raghav, here's the difference.
Answer me on that.
Raghav, here's the difference. The
moment questions are being asked to you, you start crying foul.
No, and plus, Raghav, decisions like this cannot be taken on the basis of let's do an opinion poll, and if people feel like it, then we are going to hand over the control to someone else. Be realistic. That's not done. But let Mr. Gupta finish his point. Yes, Mr. Gupta, go ahead.
Ajay Bose coming to you after BK Gupta makes his point.
Your satisfaction.
Ajay Bose coming to you after BK Gupta makes his point.
Who was in charge of law and order.
You'll do a big service to the people of Delhi.
Mr. BK Gupta.
Yeah, I completely agree what Mr. Ajoy Bose was just saying. It is just a tussle who controls the police force. The Delhi will go also the same way other states have gone. There will be a lot of political pressure on the cops, and at the drop of hat, the political party will say, suspend the police commissioner. This is not the way. The morale of the police force has got to be kept high. One has to realize under what tremendous pressure the Delhi police personnel work. They don't have housing. 18% of the police constables, they have government accommodation. They travel 4 to 5 hours. They work under severe polluting conditions. They are standing on the road.
That is a fact. And they're also overworked and underslept. That's what a survey has found. But I think Raghav wants to respond to what you are saying.
I'm sorry, that is not going to work.
Yes, Raghav and then Ajay.
That is not going to work. You cannot have a situation where the elected representatives are divorced from the law and order situation.
I am appalled that apart from Ajay,
it is impossible.
Yes, Raghav.
You will not be able to sustain law and order unless elected representatives have a stake and a responsibility. It is impossible.
Okay.
It is not just whether it's good, bad or ugly.
Absolutely.
But people of the city, the citizens themselves will not accept it.
All right, Mr. Gupta, would you like to respond to that?
Absolutely. And that's how... Padmaja, that's how it functions in every other state in the country.
The system has functioned very efficiently. The incidents have taken...
Well, let Mr. Gupta speak. He's got a little bit of delay. Please.
Delhi police have investigated this case. They have no interest in safeguarding any accused person. They will take this case also to the logical conclusion, and I can assure you all the accused persons will be convicted in this case. Delhi police will do a perfect investigation.
No, but here...
There's no doubt about it.
No, here is
there have been earlier all cases, Nirbhaya cases, Dhola Kuan rape cases, all accused have been convicted.
Raghav, allow me a minute. Another question to Mr. Gupta. Sir, what is your honest opinion? You are a former Delhi police commissioner. Who should control the Delhi? Who should have the authority when the police's responsibility is about policing the people of the state?
Now, let me tell you.
Now, do you or do you not agree that whoever controls the police, whoever controls the police uses the mechanism in their favor and against the person who are becoming an irritant? Do you or do you not believe? Doesn't the police get used? Mr. Gupta.
Can I respond?
Yeah, I couldn't understand.
No, I'm saying, do you or do you not agree that whoever has authority over the police, whoever controls the police, uses the police to their advantage, to also keep others in check? In this case,
I agree. You see, there is as I said, everybody wants to control the police force because then they can use it for their political purposes. That is one of the reasons why the Delhi government is saying give it to us. Now question is this, why can't you improve the systems in Delhi? Why don't you install CCTV system in the buses? That is under the control of Delhi government. They can install CCTV system. That has been promised long back.
Can I intervene?
Anand, I am very...
No, wait. I think Raghav wants to respond and then Ajoy Bose. Yes, Raghav.
Can I please respond, Padmaja? Yes, please.
Ragini, coming to you, please.
There are a couple of points that I need to address here. Point number one, with respect to the potential misuse of any state police by any state government, this whole argument, I think it's a fallacious argument. You see, then by that logic, every state government should relinquish jurisdiction of its state police. The central government should relinquish the jurisdiction of the Central Bureau of Investigation, the RAW, the intelligence, etc. Because every agency in this country can be misused. Now, that is not the premise to begin with this argument. The premise is that in order to have law and order in check, in order to have women's safety and security in the state, you need to establish accountability and responsibility of the police force.
No, but this premise is very important in this case, Raghav, and I also want to bring in Sunil Alagh. This premise has been brought up specifically because of the incidents of the last few days. You have an MLA who's put behind bars. You have other MLAs whose credentials are questioned. You have the police commissioner who says, listen, I report only to the centre. I had nothing to do with the state government. And then suddenly this manic need to try and control the Delhi police. People are just putting two and two together is all I'm saying. Sunil Alagh.
Okay. First of all, this demand of the Aam Aadmi Party...
as far as I'm concerned, this argument is going on and on.
Also in the 49-day government also.
I think she's asked me, Raghav, she's asked me the question. Can I just quickly answer?
My point is, I think the question...
Raghav, can I just quickly answer?
No, let me respond. Just let me complete. I'll just finish. I'll take half a minute.
Ragini, coming to you, please. After Mr. Alagh and Raghav Chadha have made their points. The question was to Mr. Sunil Alagh. Mr. Sunil Alagh, Raghav needs another 30 seconds.
Yes,
please allow him that according to that. Yes,
that
Raghav.
The Delhi government, I think there is a time lag. Yeah. So, Anand, my question is that the alacrity, the enthusiasm with which the Delhi police is acting and would want to act against the MLAs and the leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party, if there is a case, so they must do so. The same alacrity must be shown in the Meenakshi murder case. FIR does not mention the accused. Police remand is not solicited. The police is repeatedly ignoring the claims of the victims.
They have been apprehended. They have been sent into custody. No, what are you trying to say? Treat every accused like the way they treated Jitendra Singh Tomar. That's when the Aam Aadmi Party will be happy.
Are you saying the centre is involved?
That explanation I don't buy.
The centre told them to go slow?
I don't buy, Raghav Chadha. Yes, Sunil Alagh. Ragini coming to you in a bit. Yes, Sunil Alagh. Yes, Sunil Alagh. No, yes, Sunil Alagh.
Look, we are running away. Yeah, 1 second, Ragini, just one. We are running away from the main issue. I think by and large the police are very efficient, very good, regardless of whether they report to the state government or the centre. The key issue is, are there enough? Are we looking after them? Are we giving them all the facilities? I think somebody raised about VIPs taking away all. Let's increase the number of police. You'll see they become efficient. You cannot go by one case. If there's one bad penny, remove that policeman. Do not talk about taking over control of the police force.
Sunil Alagh, with due respect, Sunil Alagh,
I think by and large the police are good.
A large part of the people in Delhi, there is a sentiment which is more anti-Delhi police than pro.
Recruit more police
in terms of how they handle cases, how they deal with people. We are not saying that the Delhi police does not put in hard work. We are not saying that they are not underpaid and overworked. But the fact is that the people don't feel that the police is doing enough. Ragini, your point. Ragini, your point. Ragini, your point. Ragini, coming to you, Ajoy Bose. Ragini. Yes, Ragini.
There are a couple of points that I want to make. First of all, I think the Aam Aadmi Party, Kejriwal government is giving clear-cut signals as to how they would want the police force to function by favoring their own leaders and distributing freebies and government positions to them. Recently, I've cited the case of Swati Maliwal. We've also seen that a cabinet minister berth has been given to Mr. Ashish Khetan. So we know how unbiased they want the Delhi police to be. And Mr. Raghav Chadha has already cited the fact that he feels that the 21 MLAs should not have been charge sheeted. The 11 MLAs who are booked under serious offences should not have been charge sheeted. All right. And secondly, I am really surprised how their conscience has all of a sudden they have become conscious to the rights of women, to women empowerment, when they don't have a single woman in their political affairs committee, when they don't have a single woman in the decision making.
What is the point?
Digress from the topic.
Ragini, sorry. Why women like Ragini, prove right now. Ragini, prove right now. Wait, Ragini. Ragini, you are not. This is a debate. Arvind versus Delhi police. This is not a prepared script that the points that the Congress party wants to raise on prime time, and we will come and do it against the Aam Aadmi Party irrespective of what the debate is. Sorry. No, the issue is that the Congress party cannot call the Aam Aadmi Party names because the Congress party also wanted, despite it being a Congress government in the centre, Sheila Dikshit had a perennial problem in terms of not having control and authority over Delhi police. So Ragini, wait on.
Please take certain steps.
No, Ragini, wait on.
In fact, Ajoy Bose,
that you will not get full.
Ragini,
Ajoy Bose.
Going to Ajoy Bose.
Just a second. Ajoy Bose, is this really about the power that a government wields after getting control over the Delhi police? For the simple reason that at different times we've heard all the Aam Aadmi Party, Congress and the BJP lament about how the state government, the Delhi government, has absolutely no control, even though they are the elected government. They are the elected representatives.
Absolutely. No, one of the reasons why Delhi had this police force which was not under the state government was because of this very peculiar nature of Delhi also being the national capital. And because you had diplomats here, MPs here, parliament, everything was here. And therefore, there was this thing that a police force under a state government would not be able to do full justice. Unfortunately, what has happened, Delhi has become a huge megapolis. It's too large now. So we need to really, and I please implore you to get away from your political fighting and all the dramatics. So despite all the flaws of Arvind Kejriwal and AAP, we are discussing a serious everyday issue which is affecting the Delhi citizen.
All
right,
and I think
final comments. Need to recognize the fact that 11 million people cannot possibly be governed in this way by a force which is looking after
security. If it's an impossible task, then why is the centre insisting that the Delhi police continue doing it? Sunil Alagh?
No, I think we need to look, creatively, but political rivalry.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned,
very bitter political atmosphere is getting in the way.
I think, forget the political rivalry. Today the BJP is in the centre, tomorrow another party could be in the centre. That's not the issue. The question is, we are desperately short-staffed. We don't have the infrastructure. Otherwise, the police are, and that's what we need to look at to make the police more efficient. I think they're doing a terrific job. Let's discuss all that as to how to fund it, how to recruit them, and not get into
all acts of the likes of Somnath Bharti and other Aam Aadmi Party leaders who care two hoots for police and who challenge the authority and also create a law and order situation on the streets of Delhi every day in and out. Sunil Alagh, my straightforward question to you is, do you agree? Do you feel perhaps there is an iota and there is an ounce of merit
only worsen the law and order situation in Delhi?
When the Aam Aadmi Party says, even though it was said sarcastically or otherwise, the Aam Aadmi Party says that some attention needs to be given to the plight of the Delhi police and the state of the Delhi police from those at the center who can take decisions. There is merit there.
But the point remains that it looks like they were raising.
There is merit there. No. For whatever reasons they were raising, like I said, discount the reasons why they were raising. Discount the reasons why they were raising, but there is merit. But there is merit. But here's the thing, sir. Here's the thing, sir.
No, but I've been saying that.
Sir, we don't want to see the likes of Somnath Bharti, Ashutosh and the others challenging the authority of the Delhi police.
Increase the numbers, sir, and give them the infrastructure.
Sir, my point is from Arvind Kejriwal downwards in the Aam Aadmi Party, they don't.
I agree.
They seem to have a brazen disregard for the law or even for those who are enforcing the law, because we've seen it since 2013, 2014 till date.
Absolutely.
It happens. So that is not welcome. On the other hand, there is a center which has been controlling this Delhi police, and we see the plight of Delhi police today. We see a BK Gupta sitting here and saying that they are grossly underpaid, they are grossly overworked, they are understaffed, and they live in very, very inhumane conditions, which has been ignored.
I agree.
At the end of the day,
Mr. Gupta,
at the end of the day, sir, at the end of the day, it is the people of Delhi who suffer.
Absolutely, but Raghav, final comments from you. Are you saying, because when you make this argument, are you saying that if the Delhi police were to be controlled by the state government, by the Delhi government in your case, there's going to be zero crime? Because that hasn't happened in states where the control is with the state government.
Absolutely.
So this is promising the impossible, and that is your sole logic in this case.
And that the Delhi police will not shy away from picking up Jitendra Singh Tomar like they did.
I just want to make
yes, Raghav.
Yes, I will make 3 points, and I hope you will listen to my argument in entirety. Number one, women's safety and security is of utmost importance to the Delhi government and the Aam Aadmi Party. We will use our political authority as well as our moral authority to make sure that the citizens of Delhi are safe. This is not a helpless government as that of Sheila Dikshit. Point number two. With respect to the plight of policemen, I completely agree that the police force needs to be strengthened. The plight of policemen and their working conditions need to be improved. And the Aam Aadmi Party has a number of times on record said that the Prakash Singh versus
Raghav, you could do better in having a better rapport with the police force for starters.
Which talks about improving the accountability, etc.
That doesn't really inspire much confidence. You can't call them Tulla and then expect them to cooperate with you. But go on. Yes, lastly.
As far as the you just make tall promises.
Padmaja, I just made one request to let you. I made one request.
Ragini,
please let me complete my point.
Ragini, wait. Let Raghav complete.
Please let
Final
me
comment.
speak.
Yes.
My God. Yes, last 2 points. Number one, Aam Aadmi Party is not against the police force. If you remember, it was the Aam Aadmi Party first time government that came out with a proposal and a policy that any police person who dies in his line of duty will be given 1 crore rupee, a meager sum of amount as financial aid. So we are not against the police force. We are against this sort of system in which no accountability or responsibility is there. And therefore we are saying that all you need is sincerity, determination and political will to make sure that accountability is established and responsibility is fixed. And therefore, no, they are not accountable to the elected representatives. They are accountable to selected and appointed people. And if they are accountable to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is not acting. The Prime Minister is not even looking into the law and order situation of Delhi.
Correct. Is Arvind Kejriwal also going to hand out 5 lakh rupees to the other 500?
1 second. Sir, they are accountable to the economically backward classes. You drag the Prime Minister into that list. They are accountable to the Home Ministry.
Why did you promise in your manifesto that you can bring down the crime rate?
And that is an elected person. Also an elected person.
Sir, 500 cases.
And the Prime Minister...
No, so is Arvind Kejriwal promising 5 lakh rupees to all the 500 families who have had a murder in their family and they are economically backward? Or is that limited only to the family of the 19-year-old?
That's not correct.
Federalism, but he practices coercive federalism. He will not give you full statehood. Then why did you make that promise? Did you have no alternative? Did you have nothing in your mind? Did you just create promises out of thin air so as to get votes and get elected? Why did you promise if you did not have any other mechanism? You tell me, Mr. Raghav Chadha.
Okay. All right.
Every time you have to take a U-turn because you say that you are helpless.
All right. Last 30 seconds, and the final word goes to Ajoy Bose. Do you see any hope in the near future, Ajoy Bose, of a model where you have the control over the Delhi police, maybe in a divided way being given to the Delhi government? Is it at all possible?
Listen, sooner or later it has to come. Delhi is too big, a city. Whether AAP wins next time, or the Congress wins next time, or the BJP wins next time, the point is, sooner or later, you cannot keep away elected representatives of a state who are being elected by citizens away from law and order. General day-to-day law and order. This is impossible.
Okay.
Nowhere in the world can you have it unless you have an elected sheriff or you have an elected police chief. In which case you have a different thing.
All right, so
but you have to have the public directly being involved.
All right, so the case being built over here is there's an elected government. Policing will ultimately have to be answered. Questions regarding policing will have to be answered by the elected government. Maybe sooner rather than later, we will have a consensus evolving on this. For now, it seems elusive. Thanks very much, everyone, for joining us.
For 60 years, they've got elected and they've not reported to them. So what's Mr. Bose talking about?
That model, as borne out by the statistics, maybe hasn't worked that well either. But like we said, ongoing debate, consensus still awaited. For now, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us on debate number 2.
As far as the consensus is concerned,
but this vicious circle has to be ended.
Well, the circle has to be ended. We have to end the debate. Paucity of time, we will take this forward because we need to find a solution, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Have to wind up.